Righto, here we are again back on the VMaxx. It's not too much to report. I've redone the intakes. Yeah, they look a bit ridiculous, but I need somewhere to put my legs. So when I sit on this thing, as you can see, yeah, not much clearance there. And with the filters basically just sticking straight out the side, well, I couldn't really reach the pedals. Well, you know, the shift and the rear brake. Big news is I actually took it for a lap around the block, and yeah, I can see why these things have a cult following. I thought because it's got the aftermarket carburetors on it. Generally aftermarket carburetors is code for isn't jetted right and doesn't run very well. But oh boy, does this thing run well. It yeah, it moves out. I mean, I'm not a big road bike person, and you know, you hear people say, oh, it stretches your arms, you know. That's what this thing does. Yeah, these must have been a hell of a bike when they first came out in 1985 or whatever. But the brakes, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the brakes. They're standard brakes. Yeah, not very good. Yeah, I was impressed with the engine, not so impressed with the brakes. And I got that sort of, I don't know if it's the shaft drive, that little sort of twistiness going on. So what I've got is the extra set of calipers that came with it. I worked out what they are. They're FZR 1000 calipers, six piston. And apparently they're like the bee's knees of, well, you know, they're supposed to be a good upgrade. So basically I was going to put them on, and then when I bought them, they had hoses connected to them, and I disconnected the hoses, and it was like brown mud just came out of the thing. So I thought, all right, well, I can't put them on like that. I'll have to give them a rebuild, get some new seals. So there's some of the parts. I'm just waiting on seals and pads. Hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. But I've stripped the calipers, put them in my, well, I've repainted them, but I've made this, I don't know if you can see that, yeah, it's a bit dark here, but actually made like a little oven type of thing, just to, oh, that's still stinking hot, yeah, just to bake the paint onto them. So that's actually sort of a decent finish. But yeah, the plan is hopefully I'll get my parts tomorrow, and the day after I've actually got this thing booked in to try and get it registered. I don't know how that's going to go. I hope the bloke inspecting it's got the right shape legs. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So what else? Yeah, that's about it. I'm hoping that will be this put to bed, and I'll have a registered running motorbike. Yeah, that's registered. Yeah, and I got this thing because everything I read said that bleeding the brakes is best done with a, what do you call it, like pressure bleed from the bottom and push the fluid in. Yeah, and these things, like both the brake and the clutch, were just horrible to try and bleed. I've never had so much trouble with bleeding anything in my life. So I thought, well, I've got to come up with a new approach here, and so yeah, that's the plan. So hopefully I'll find out, well, I'll get my parts tomorrow, and she'll be all done. So yeah, the next shot will be me installing brakes, hopefully. See you then. Yeah, right, so VMaxx passed its inspection today. I was pretty happy with that. Yeah, the front brakes are working finally. Took a bit of doing. I did try well, every bleeding technique known to man. I filled it up from the bottom with one of those gigantic syringe things. Didn't really seem to hit the spot. Messed around with it for a long time, and then I found that if you look here, got this screw here. You actually sort of, so I've still got a fair bit of play there, but if you actually take the little locking nut out and screw it all the way in, that, I don't know, took up all the slack, I guess, and yeah, now it's pretty good. Although they were dragging just a touch on the way back. I had to back that, well, on the way back from inspection, so I had to just back that off a little bit. So I think I'll just have to find a sweet spot there. But yeah, she's not registered yet. Just got to take, but I've got the paperwork. I just got to take the paperwork and pay the money. It's a long weekend coming up, Easter weekend. So next week sometime we'll do that. So yeah, next video I should be back on the Cerber. I've cleaned the bench up, and I actually painted this white just because I want to draw a diagram on here of where, you know, the cylinders are, injectors, coils, throttle position sensors, temperature sensors, etc., just so I can sort of have a diagram and then lay the loom out, because I've got, yeah, temperature sensors, oil pressure sensors, flex fuel sensor, so on and so on, wide bands. Yeah, there's a bit going on there, so I just wanted to have a nice white surface so I can actually draw a bit of a diagram, maybe not to scale, but just have, yeah, some sort of a plan. Yeah, if you go at these things without any sort of a plan, you just end up in a bit of trouble. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, hopefully next video will be me with a whole heap of Haltech stuff on the bench here. Yeah, trying to work out how to install aftermarket ECU on an old car. All right, I'll see you then.